Welcome to GOA365 English News Bulletin. I'm Prajwal Desai and these are the headlines. Congress re-nominates Pratap Singh Rane as Poirier candidate, a day after outburst against him by son Vishwajit. BJP National President JP Nadda arrives in Goa, releases BJP Development Report Card of last 10 years. High Court rejects applications filed by accused in the Panjim police station attack, seeking to squash proceedings, says case must go on. Now the news in detail. Political parties will now have to explain why candidates with clean images are not being fielded. Now, if their candidate is a history sheeter, then political parties have to tell people how many crimes their candidate has committed. Election Commission of India has ordered.
The Election Commission of India is in Goa to take stock of poll preparedness. Political parties have to publish the details of crimes committed by their candidates if the person is a history sheeter. Every citizen has a right to know about his representative, Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra said.
One more important area is regarding the criminal antecedent of the candidates. Every voter has got a right to choose the candidate. They should be well informed. What are the credentials of the candidate? Once the nomination will be filed, if they have got a criminal record, that will be published by them in newspaper, in TV, at least 3 times. And this time, even the political parties will have to publish on their website and in the media also that this candidate is having this criminal antecedents, and so that the public should be absolutely informed about the credentials of a candidate. And they should be well informed to choose. Rather, the political parties will also have to give the reasons as to why they have chosen a person with the criminal antecedent and they could not find a clean candidate. What were so specific about that person that they have chosen? So that is another area, so that the elector should be absolutely, in full knowledge of the candidate. After that, they can make the choice. Ultimately, it is the elector. Ultimately, it is the voter who determines the democracy. It is the total power is with that common voter, and he is the person or she is the person who will have to choose the government.
ECI is also concentrating on women voters and has earmarked 100 polling booths which are meant for women and to be controlled by women only. ECI would monitor tiny details to ensure free and fair elections, and the entire election process would be webcast.
Around 100 polling stations will be absolutely managed by the women, so that they can absolutely feel a sense of empowerment, and our women participants, the women electors, can come with confidence to those particular polling stations. That will be a really large number, first time in Goa, that 100 polling stations will be absolutely managed by a woman. Another important area is that towards the impartiality and absolutely transparency is that all the polling stations in Goa will be totally webcasted. Each and every polling station will be having a facility of webcasting.
ECI has also given the media a special job. Media should note hate speech by political parties, ECI said. The ECI also said that it would strictly monitor social media.
Through the media, that there should not be any hate speeches by the political parties during the elections. There should be no speeches which vitiate the atmosphere, and media plays a very important role. They should really highlight these types of things, and even the social media will also be monitored by the commission, and appropriate action will be taken wherever it is required.
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Rabandar.
The High Court today rejected applications filed by 28 accused in the Panji police station attack, seeking to quash criminal proceedings against them. The accused, including Panji MLA Babush Montserrat and Talegaon MLA Jennifer Montserrat, had pleaded for quashing of the lower court orders to frame charges against them. Here's more.
The High Court rejected all appeals and also directed the Special Court to expedite the trial, which will now be held at District Court Mapsa. The Montserrat's advocate requested that the order be stayed for 4 weeks to allow them to approach the Supreme Court. However, the High Court dismissed the request, noting that cases against politicians must be expedited.
Honorable Bombay High Court at Goa today has rejected the applications that were filed by the accused in the 2004 Panjim police station attack case. The Honorable Court has directed the Special Court to expedite the trial in the matter since there was prima facie evidence against the accused. Panjim MLA Babush Munsarat and his wife Jennifer Munsarat are the main accused in this case. Request was made by the advocate of the Munsarats to stay this order for 4 weeks so that they could approach the Supreme Court. But the Honorable Court declined to accept that request, while noting that the Honorable Supreme Court has said that cases against politicians need to be expedited.
Advocate Roderick said that he would move an application in the lower court to assist the prosecution to ensure that the trial remain free and fair, seeing that the Monserrats are politically well connected and influential. The BJP should walk its talk and take action against the prime accused in the case, the Monserrats. Listen.
I will be moving the lower court to seek to assist the prosecution in view of the fact that Babush Munsarat and Jennifer Munsarat are politically very well connected. It is pertinent to note that when then Law Minister Dayanand Narvekar was charge sheeted, the BJP had demanded and got his resignation. So they need to walk their talk now, and in this case they need to drop Babush Munsarat from holding any government post, and also Jennifer Munsarat, because since it was their stand that charge-sheeted politicians cannot be holding any government positions, they need to walk the talk now. But anyway, now the trial will start. I will seek the court's permission to assist the prosecution before the district court at Mapsa, where the trial will start.
Amar Chwaria for GOA365 from Porvorim.
BJP National President JP Nadda arrived in Goa to give a boost to the poll campaign. Nadda has stressed on the development done by the party in the past 10 years. The BJP has been hit by internal fights with allegations and counter-allegations amongst elected representatives and resignation of 2 sitting MLA as the code of conduct is expected anytime now.
JP Nadda arrived in Goa yesterday just as a BJP MLA from Vasco, Carlos Almeida, resigned and joined Congress. Earlier, BJP MLA from Kotalim, Alina Saldana, had to resign and join AAP. There are a rumble in the party because of jobs, and one minister has been forced to step down after allegation of a sex issue blew up. On Wednesday, Nadda addressed BJP Karyakartas at Panje and released BJP 10 years report card in the state. Nadda also flagged off vehicles which would promote the achievements of the state government.
आपने कभी ये सुना था पहले रिपोर्ट कार्ड? लोग भूल जाते थे, और पॉलिटिकल पार्टी दावे के साथ, दम के साथ आकर के खड़ी हो रही है। एक के बाद एक स्पीकर्स आकर के आपके सामने बोलते चले जा रहे हैं कि हमने ये किया, हमने ये किया, हमने ये किया। ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि हमने समाज को कैसे बांटा, कैसे वोट लिए, कैसे इसको काटा, कैसे उसको काटा। ये नहीं कहते। मैं तो तब से आता रहा हूँ गोवा, जब पंजिम से मैं फेरी में जाया करता था, गाड़ी भी चढ़ाया करता था, फिर गाड़ी दूसरी तरफ उतारा करता था और तब आगे जाया करता था, और शाम होने से पहले फेरी में फिर वापस आना पड़ता था, क्योंकि बाद में आ पाएंगे नहीं आ पाएंगे ये भी $1 मिलियन क्वेश्चन होता था। तो हमने वो भी देखा है। और मैं तो हमेशा कहता हूँ, सेटिस्फैक्शन किससे मिलता है? When you remember the dark days, always the good days, broad daylight always looks better. एंड उसको आपको एंजॉय करना चाहिए। अंधेरे के अगर अंदाज़ा ना हो तो उजाले का मज़ा नहीं ले सकते। आज आपके पास हम 20 मिनट्स में यहाँ पहुँच रहे हैं, 40 मिनट्स में यहाँ पहुँच रहे हैं, 30 मिनट्स में वहाँ पहुँच रहे हैं, और जब जुआरी ब्रिज पूरा कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद तो आपका जो कनेक्टिविटी है वो किस लेवल पे पहुंचेगा, आप उस बात को समझिए। मोदी जी ने स्पेशल ग्रांट दे करके आपको सुपर स्पेशलिटी ब्लॉक दी। 7 सुपर स्पेशलिटीज हैव बीन क्रिएटेड इन गोवा मेडिकल कॉलेज, विच वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, इन गोवा हॉस्पिटल। नाउ यू आर नॉट सपोज टू गो टू मुंबई, नाउ यू आर नॉट सपोज टू गो टू बैंगलोर, now you're not going to supposed to go to any metropolitan city. It will be done here in Goa itself. ये फ़र्क आया है। हमारे जो पहली सरकारों ने काम किया वह मेवा खाने का काम किया, सेवा करने का काम तो अटल जी और मोदी जी ने किया। इस बात को हमको समझना चाहिए, इसको हमको ध्यान देना। आप देखिए, करप्शन की बात कीजिए, वेयर कंट्री हैड लैंडेड, इट वॉज कंसिडर्ड टू बी वन ऑफ द करप्ट नेशंस। करप्शन में हमारी गिनती होती थी, हम पिछलग्गू देश बन गए थे। वहां से बढ़ते बढ़ते हमने यहां तक का स्थान लिया, और मोदी जी ने आज देश को, मतलब ऑन वर्ल्ड्स इश्यूज, इंटरनेशनल इश्यूज, व्हाट मोदी स्पीक्स द वर्ल्ड लिसन्स. दिस इज द सिचुएशन विच वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड.
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Panaji.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Letting the cat even further among the pigeons, the Congress party has officially announced former Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rane as its candidate for his stronghold of Poriyam. Earlier, the Congress bloc from Poriyam met Rane Sr. after the outburst by his son Vishwajit.
Congress workers from Poriyam met Pratap Singh Rane a day after his son Vishwajit challenged his father to retire in dignity or get ready for defeat with the margin of 10,000. A day after the controversy, Congress Central Committee issued another list of candidates announcing just one name, that of Pratap Singh Rane as Congress candidate from Poriyam.
च्या ब्लॉकच्या लोकांक माझी शुभेच्छा. बऱ्या भशेन काम करा, जो कोण निवडटले ताका आनी निवडून घ्या.
आयज अख्ख्या बिचोले तालुक्यान तशेंच गोंयांक एक आनंदाची बातमी जी काल आमचे पयलींचे आदले मुखेलमंत्री श्री प्रताप सिंगजी रावजी राणे साहेब यांच्यानी काल त्यांच्या कार्यकर्त्यांच्या आग्रहा खातीर त्यांच्यानी काल अनाउन्स केलें की ते आयज निवडणूक रिंगणां उतरता. आणि आमकां सगळ्या बिचोलच्या लोकांक आनी सत्तरीच्या लोकांक तालुक्यात एक अभिमानाची गोष्ट, तेंचो एक काँग्रेसचे एक आशिर्वाद आनी आमच्या बिचोले तालुक्याक एक आशिर्वाद हो मोठी आमकां अभिमानाची गोष्ट आसा. आणि त्यांच्या आशिर्वादान आमी बिचोलेचे जितले सीट आहा ते काँग्रेस परत एकदा निवडून येतली अशी खात्री आसा आमकां. आणि त्यांचे सदैव आशिर्वाद आमकां काँग्रेसीक आनी आमचे जे सिनियर राणे आहात तेंची आयज गोंयांक गरज आहा, बिचोले तालुक्याक गरज आसा. आनी गोंया वाचोवपाक तेंच्यांनी फुडाकार घेवचे अशें आमी सगळ्या कार्यकर्त्यांच्या वतीन विनंती करता. आनी त्यांच्या आशिर्वादा खातीर सगळ्या कार्यकर्त्यांनी वावरचे अशें हांव सगळ्यां कडेन मागता.
Vishwajit had attacked into his father yesterday, telling him that he would contest in Poriyam himself and beat him by a margin of 10,000 votes, and telling him to retire.
हांव पर्याय मतदारसंघात हांवें ऑलरेडी आमच्या पार्टीच्या अध्यक्ष कडेन हांवें चर्चा केल्या. हांव भारतीय जनता पक्षाच्या तिकेटीचेर रावतलो. काँग्रेसचें अस्तित्व वर्च्युअली झिरो जाल्लें आसा गोंया राज्यांत. आनी प्रताप सिंग राणे ह्या वयार रावप योग्य न्ही, पूण तांकां रावपाचें आसा जाल्यार म्हाका तरी दिसता की म्हाका आयज पार्टी खातीर हांव भारतीय जनता पक्षाच्या तिकेटाचेर, हांव पर्याय मतदारसंघाचेर, हांव बीजेपीचेर हांव थंय निवडणूक लडोवपाची म्हाजी पूर्णपणे तयारी आसा. काँग्रेस कोणूय प्रेशरायज करून दी, हांव भोवमतांनी एटलिस्ट 10,000 मतांनी हांव सीट निवडून हाडटलो. म्हाका काय प्रॉब्लेम ना. आनी हे जाणटे कार्यकर्ते आपल्या स्वार्था खातीर कोण तरी गेलो आसतलो तेंचे कडेन, आपले स्वताचे स्वार्थ जो आहा ते गेले आसतले. म्हाका दिसना कोण इलेक्टेड मेंबर वयतलो.
Later on, Vishwajit took to Twitter. See what he tweeted. Mahesh Govekar for GOA365 from Bicholim.
Election Commission will take special care of handicapped and persons with disabilities for upcoming elections, and 491 Divyang Mitras are already working on this. Also, to encourage handicapped voters, some voting booths would be handed over to Divyangs, the Election Commissioner said on Wednesday.
A team of Election Commission of India is in Goa to review poll preparedness. As a part of awareness for Legislative Assembly, ECI has launched the Chariot of Democracy. The vehicles which will create awareness of the importance of one's vote were flagged off by Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra.
We are also ensuring that all polling stations should have assured minimum facilities, that is, drinking water, ramp, toilets, shades. These arrangements will have to be made, and even we have reviewed it at the level of Chief Secretary also, with all the deputy collectors, with all the commissioners, the electoral CO, the DCs, and we have instructed very clearly that all our polling booths should have assured minimum facilities. Our emphasis has been on the Divyang, the PWD voters. We are making them aware about their rights. We are making our polling stations absolutely accessible to them. Therefore, we have ensured that all polling stations should have a gentle ramps, the arrangement of the wheelchair, and all instructions in the braille and the sign language as well, so that their percentage should be quite high. I request that these persons should be encouraged, and in one of the states which recently we had seen by-elections, in that state 90% voter turnout was there from the Divyang. So that is they are very important part of our electoral process and the society, and they should really feel empowered for that. We have also made all arrangements for all the polling stations will be absolutely on ground floor. Along with that, at least 4 or 5 polling stations will be all managed by the person with disabilities. So to give them empowerment, to give them feeling and sense of empowerment, and they can be example to others. So the polling stations will be managed absolutely by the person with disabilities. And as a part of a special initiative to outreach the PWD voters, 491 Divyang Mitras have been appointed amongst the Divyang government officials. They will guide them, they will tell them, and they will make all awareness to those persons.
Divyang's government servants would help Divyang voters. They have already started working now, and the ECI has given special duties to them. Watch.
Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Brabandar.
Kolwa police arrested 21-year-old Ganesh Dasur in possession in ganja. He was picked up by the police at Zalor beach in Benaulim at night.
कोलवा पुलिसांनी गणेश देसूर म्हणटा तेका गांजा घेवन जो सप्लाय करपा येल्लो गांजा तेका अरेस्ट केलो. ह्यो गांजा हो जो बीच आसा झालोर बिचाचेर तो हो कोणा तरी दिवपा येल्लो हेजें इन्फॉर्मेशन पुलिसेक मेळ्ळें आनी त्या प्रमाणे कोलवा पुलिसांनी झालोर बिचाचेर फिल्डिंग लायली आनीक हो जो आसा गणेश देसूर हो गांजा घेवन थंय येयलो आनीक हो येता आसतना तेणी तेका धरलो. म्हणटरीक आज कोलवा पुलिसांनी तेका 3 दिसांचो रिमांड घेतला आनीक हो रिमांड घेतरीक इन्क्वायरी चालू आसा. इतलेंच की जितले केसी हांगा जातात, आज ज्यो केसी जाल्यात आतां न्यू इयर क्रिसमस आसा, न्यू इयर आसा, हेजे खातीर जायत्यो हांगा केसी जातल्यो. जायते जे ड्रग्सवाले आसात हे ड्रग्स हांगा विकपाक येवपाचे, कित्याक हो जो कोलवा सायडीच्यान सगळी बीच आसा आनी ह्या बिचार तांकां चड गिरायक मेळपाक जाय म्हणून ते हांगा चड लक्ष केंद्रीत करतात. आज आमी पुलिसे कडेन सगळे लोक मागतात की हो गांजा येता खंयच्यान, हे जे कोण आसा मेन डीलर कोण आसा हेजो शोध लावपाक जाय म्हणून. कित्याक आज जितल्यो गोंयभर केसी ज्यो धरले कडेन आसात तांकां मेन एक्यूज म्हणटा तो मेळना. म्हणटकीर हो येवपाची ही एक व्हडली जी गेम आसा ही खंय तरी बंद जावपाक जाय. कित्याक ह्या ड्रग्सांक जायते जाण इनवॉल्व आसतले, बरे मनीस आसतले, पूण हेंचेर खंय तरी पुलीस फाटीं पडटा ह्या मेन एक्युजांक धरपाक. आज लोकांलो डिमांड आसा, मागणी आसा की जे मेन जे कल्प्रीट आसात, मेन हो खंयच्यान येता त्या मुळा सकत हे पावपाक जाय आनी हे मुळा सकत जर पावल जाल्यारच ह्या ड्रग्स भितर येवपाची बंद जाता. कित्याक हो ड्रग्स आसा तो सगळी कॉलेजी भुरग्यां साकून, इस्कॉला साकून ते कॉलेजी भुरग्यां साकून ते बिचार साकून सगळे कडेन पावले कडेन आसा. म्हणूनच ह्या ज्या कोरोना पॅन्डेमिकाचेर ही जी हालत जाले कडेन आसा ती बरी जावची आनी पुलिसेन ह्या जे ड्रग्स पॅडलर आसा तेंचे बरी इन्क्वायरी करून तांकां ख्यास्त दिवची म्हणून लोक मागतात.
काल कोलवा पुलिसांनी एक NDPS केस केली आमी, तातूंत भितर एक एक्यूज धरलो आमी. तेजें नांव आसा गणेश गंगाधर देसूर हो रावपी चिंचोण्याचो, एज 21 इयर्स, नेटिव्ह ऑफ हावेरी कर्नाटका. तेका काल रातची 10 ते 10:30 हेच्या मदीं तेजेर रेड मारली आमी आनी ती नार्कोटिक्स केस रजिस्टर केली आमी. तातूंत भितर आमकां तेच्या पोजिशनान 1.90 kg गांजा मेळ्ळो, वर्थ ₹1,32,000 ओन्ली. सो तेका अरेस्ट केलो आमी ताका अरेस्ट करून कस्टडी घेतला आनी फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू आसा.
गोवा 365 खातीर कोलवा साकून रमेश नायक रावत.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now for some sports news. In good news for Goan boxers, Goa Boxing Association is hosting a knockout-style tournament, hoping to revive the sport and motivate athletes. Once known for winning medals at national tournament, the state has slipped into 19th position at the Elite Championships, and it has everything to do with motivation and opportunities, says veteran administrator Lenny Digama.
The knockouts will have an innovative format with 4 teams with 11 players each participating. The tournament will not only encourage boxers and coaches, but will also help build a competitive spirit in the athletes, Digama said. These same teams will move on to play in a league format starting from 10 January. Tomorrow is the final day of the knockouts tournament being held at Boxing Hall Pede. The categories for both men and women teams are sub-junior, junior, youth and elite.
To motivate our boxers of Goa, we have come up with a unique plan and we have selected the best boxers of Goa and we have decided to have a knockout tournament with a very innovative idea. We have included sub-junior boxers, men and women, junior boxers, men and women, youth boxers, men and women, and elite boxers, men and women. And we are having a team championship. After this team championship, we are going in a big way to have a league. And the league will motivate the boxers so much that our boxers will be able to compete and become champions at the nationals. Once upon a time, we were always getting medals, and now back again we have come 19th. Goa has come 19th among 36 teams in the elite championship, in the men as well as in the women. So now we are motivated ourselves, and Goa Boxing Association is doing everything possible to get our boxers up.
Sandeep Kamulkar for Goa 365 from Pedem.
And now for the weather. As the weather remains cool and dry over the state, the IMD says that in continuation with yesterday's forecast, dry weather will continue for the next 5 days starting from December 22nd. Maximum and minimum temperatures are likely to hover around 31 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius respectively.
After temperatures dipped to a record low for the state, we are expected to see a gradual rise in minimum temperatures over the next 2 to 3 days, IMD says. Skies will remain clear throughout the day for the next 48 hours, but there will be light haze and fog in the early morning hours at isolated areas for the next 5 days starting December 22nd. No weather and fishermen warning issued at present. Bureau Report, Goa 365.
And with that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log into our website www.goa365.tv. Follow us on Facebook, Goa365 TV. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Goa365 TV. Or download our app, which is available on both Android and iOS to watch all the latest news and updates on your mobile. Take care, stay safe and keep watching Goa365.